Hi all, welcome to our 8th video in this series. Today we will start the 4th part of the formula and function. If you have not watched the first 3 parts of formula and function, I insist to watch them first. We will deep dive into text functions today. While we have witnessed the importance of brackets in last video, today's video will be mind-boggling for many of you. My intention in this video would be to make you confident enough in using brackets while using complex logic. So let's start. So this is our Excel sheet in which we are going to do most of the practicals. So today we will go through length function, left function, search, then right function, mid function, concatenate, trim function, upper function, lower and proper function, then text join function, and then substitute function. While this looks like just 10 odd functions, I'm sure this is going to take much of our focus and attention. So let's begin. Our first function is len. So len returns the length of the text which we enter as argument. Let's see how it works. Is equal to len tab text, hit enter, 14. And if we count characters in vice president, we will find it 13. And then plus 1 is the blank space that is between first name and last name. So that is 14. Second is left function. So left function fetches the characters from the left side. Let's see how it works. Is equal to left text, the field, and then the number of characters, how many characters we want to fetch. So let's say we want to fetch 4 characters from left side. So let's give that integer 4, hit enter, we get vice. Third is search function. Search function is there to find the location or the position of any specific character we would like to find. Let's see how it works. Is equal to search. For example, we would like to search P in vice president, the position of P. So inverted comma, and then within which text. So within this text we would like to find P, and then bracket close. So 6 is what we got as response. So if we count, VICE is 4 and then one blank space 5 and then 6 is P. So that's what we got. And if we want to find the location for that blank space, in place of P we need to give that blank space. So just hit one space bar and then hit enter. So 5. So at the 5th position we have a blank one. So next is we would like to use left function and then fetch the first name. So we have already used this left function and then we have fetched voice. But then let me give you a scenario. Let's consider this column. For United States, we need to give the integer as 6. Left this G2 and then 6. But then for New York, we need to give just 3, not 6. Let's understand what I'm talking about. So we know we have the formula is equal to left and then the cell and then the integer, how much characters we want to fetch, right? For United it will be 6, but then for New York it will be 3, and then also for Sri Lanka it will be 3, and for China it will be 5, right? So it will be different for all, maybe for different columns, for different cells it will be different. So how can we write a formula where one size fits all fundamental chimes in? So in order to do it, we need to use a trick, and that is we can find the position of blank space between first name and last name. We can find the position of this place, and then if we can find the position of this place, for example, if this is 6, we can subtract -1 from this, which will come to 5, and then we can fetch the first 5 characters. That will be first. So let's see what I'm talking about. Let's do it here only. Is equal to left this text, and then in place of number of characters we don't want to give integer directly because it will differ for each and every cell. So we would like to search the position of blank space. So we know search function. search space and inverted comma, and within which text, so within this text, and then we would like to minus 1 from this. Let's see if we get united. So see, we get united. Let's see if we get new. See, from this same formula we can get all these functions. Let's look for all of them. Whoops, what's wrong with China and then America? So let's understand one thing. So in China and America, if we look carefully, we can see there is only first name, there is only one name, there is no second name. So there is no blank space, right? So if for China and America, we would like to find the position of blank space, we would find nothing. Let's see. So is equal to search, what we want to search is the blank space, and then in which text? So in China. See, we get the error as hash value exclamation mark. Same is the error which we are getting here. So in order to overcome this issue, we have to use another function, that is if error function. Let's see how this if error works. So is equal to if error, and then we can see as arguments there are two. One is value and then one is value if error. So if everything goes well, we would like to see the value option, and then if anything goes south, system detects any error and would like to generate any system error, we would like to see a message which we define by our own. For example, in these cases like China and America, we would like to see China and America as the first name if there is no last name, right? So we would like to see the cell itself, the value of cell itself, if error encounters. So in this case, we would like to give, just close the bracket because it may get messy. So close whatever we start and then place comma for two arguments, and then let's enter the last argument here first. Like in case of any error, we would like to have this cell as the output itself, and then now play with the value field. So in the value we would like to have the first name. So what we have done earlier, let's put it here again. So we would like to see characters from left until blank space. So left bracket start bracket close, and then the text. So this is our text, and then in place of number of characters we'll give search function bracket start bracket close, and then what we would like to search is a blank space, and in which text, so in this cell only, and then subtract minus 1 from this, hit enter. So we got China. Let's use the same formula for whole of this column. So is equal to if error, we'll close what we start, otherwise it will mess with our output. So if error, and then let's give the second argument as this cell itself. Now let's fetch the left first name G2 space, in place of number of characters we'll give search function again, and in search we would like to search blank space for this same cell, and then we would like to subtract 1 out of it. That's it, hit enter. Let's see if we get result for all of them. Great. So we can see it is working for all of them, for even the right results as well as for the cells having just single name China and America. So this formula will work for any sort of name. Okay. Now let's jump to right function. So right function is similar to left function. So what left does, it fetches the string from the left side. Right function does the same thing from the right side. So for example, if we want to fetch the last name, we can use the right function. Let's see how. Is equal to right function, and then it is asking for text. Let's give this vice president as text, and then in place of number of characters, again integer. So we need to give integer as in how many characters we would like to fetch from the right side. So for example, if we want to fetch maybe 4 characters, let's give 4. So see, dent we have fetched from the right side. But then this is not something which is always practical in real life case. So we want to fetch the last name similar to what we have found in the left function. So let's see how to do it. So is equal to right function, and then text is this one, and then in place of number of characters, we know we can't give number of characters similar to left function. We may have different number of characters in different names, right? So we need to use search function again, but then search function has a limitation. It starts the counter from left side, but then in our case we want to start this counter from right side. Unfortunately, there is no option as such in Microsoft Excel to search the blank space from the right side. So let's understand this, what I mean by saying this. So we have this vice president. To find this first name, we have obtained the location of this blank space and then subtracted 1 out of it, and then it gave us this first name, right? But then for last name, what we can do, we can fetch the whole length of this text, and then from this length we can subtract this first name. This way we'll be left with only last name. So we need to use this logic. Okay, so let's see how to do it. Is equal to right text, in place of number of characters we need to find the length of this text. So len, and then this text, and then we need to subtract till the blank space position. We need to subtract it. So let's find the position of blank space. So we use search function. We need to find blank space, and then within which text. So same A2. Okay, and then hit enter. See, we got the president. We can use this same formula for whole of the column, but then we know for single name we'll get error similar to what we get with the left function, right? So in this case again we need to use if error. So let's use it. And if we want country name with a single name as first name only and then no last name, so in place of value if error, let's put no last name, and that will be our output for China and America. See, so no last name. Let's discuss mid function. So mid, as the name suggests, it extracts something from in between. So let's see what it does. So is equal to mid tab text, and then in the argument you can see start number and then the number of characters, right? So both are integers. So start number is from where we want to start. For example, we want to start from maybe I. So I is in the second place, so we can give 2, and then we want till E, so we can give 3. So we'll get ice as the result. Ice. We can use mid function to find the last name also. Let's see how. But then before getting into it, we need to understand the logic. So let me take you through the logic first. Okay, so our name is vice president, and using mid function we would like to fetch the second name, right? The last name. Logic. So mid is uses the text and then the start number and then the total number of characters. So what we can give, in place of start number, we can give this blank space. So blank space position plus 1 will be our start number, and then total number of characters we can subtract from total length of this text minus the first name till blank space. So let's subtract the first name, and then we should get the second name as the result. Let's see how it works. Is equal to mid, this will be our text. In place of start number we can give position of blank space. So search blank space in this text plus 1, and then total number of characters what we want to fetch should be the length of this text minus position till blank space. So search blank space in this text, okay, and close the bracket. See, we got the precedent. So that's how we can do it. We can use mid function to also find the last name, or even the first name we can find as per the requirement. We just need to develop the logic, and as per the logic we need to fit in the formula and we can get the desired output. Let's understand concatenate function now. So as the name suggests, it is used to join two different strings. Now we can either use any delimiter to join them or absolutely nothing to join them. Let's see how it works. So is equal to concatenate and then this text, and we need to use ampersand sign to join these two strings. And let's say we want to use string hyphen to join these two cells, again ampersand sign and then this bracket close. So we can see vice president and then hyphen and then it. So this is what concatenate does. So similar to concatenate function, there is Textjoin function which does the same thing, but in my opinion this is far better and far easy to use than concatenate function. Let's see why and how it works. So is equal to Textjoin, and then we can give delimiter in the initial itself. We can see the argument, so we can give hyphen as the delimiter, and then there is ignore empty cells or not. So in between cells what we want to add, if there is one cell which is empty, it is up to us if we want to ignore it or if we want to include that. So if we give true, it will ignore any empty cells, but then if we give false, it will also include that empty cell in our result. So let's give it true here and then select this range. See similar result. So in concatenate function we need to use delimiter as well as ampersand sign again and again in between these cells, while in Textjoin we just need to give the delimiter once and then we are done. That's why I find Textjoin much handy than concatenate function. Let's talk about trim function. So trim function is very useful whenever we have more than one blank space in our cell and then we want to remove all those unnecessary blank spaces from that cell. We can use trim function. So let's try that trim function. In this New York, let's give some more blank spaces and let's try to trim this. So is equal to trim and then this cell. See, just one blank space is left to make the separation between first name and last name, and then all the unneeded spaces are removed. So this is how trim works. Upper function is used to change all characters in uppercase. For example, is equal to upper, and then if we select this United States, see, all the characters have been converted to capital letter. Let's try lower. It does the reverse. So is equal to lower and then United States. All letters will be in small letters. And then there is proper function. So proper function justifies the need of capital letter and small letters. So whenever there is a start of first name or last name, there will be capital letter, and then there all the other letters will be in small case. So let's try this. We'll try with United States, not United States, but then with Sri Lanka. See how it works. Now let's talk about substitute function. So substitute and replace functions are almost same, but then with a subtle difference. So we'll understand what is the difference a bit later. Let's see how substitute works. So in substitute function, we can replace some specific characters with the characters of our choice. For example, is equal to substitute. So text, let's select this vice president, and then old text. So let's replace this vice with D. So vice will be our old, and then new will be D. Whoops. So it didn't change. So let me tell you one thing. So this function is case sensitive. When I say case sensitive, the old text needs to be exactly same as what is given in the text. So if we take a look at the text selected, V is capital. So we need to change small v with capital V and then hit enter. See, it has changed this, the president. Last function we are left with is replace function. This is different from substitute function in the sense that we can give a specified location from where we want to replace the text. Let's see how it works. Is equal to replace, and then we can see there is old text, start number, number of characters, and then the new text. So we can give the starting number from where we want to replace it, and then till what numbers of character we want to replace it. So we can select the vice president as text, and then let's change the president to captain. So it should be vice captain. So we know how to fetch the last name using right function or mid function. Let's use it, and then let's see how it works. So in start number, we need to find the position of P, the first character of last name. Let's find it. Search blank space in A2 and then +1 and number of characters. So number of characters we can find by subtracting the first name from whole of length. So let's find length of this A2 and then subtract first name till blank space. So again, the position of blank space we need to find in A2, and that's it, and replace it with captain. See, we got vice captain as the result. So this is how replace function works. That's it for today. We have covered almost all useful text functions. I hope that you have learned a lot from today's video. See you soon in next video with last part for formula and function. Till then, keep up your good work and continue learning. Thank you.